Hi, can everyone hear me? Okay, cool, welcome. Hi, thanks for coming to our talk. This has been a pretty incredible day so far. I hope you all saw the keynote. It kind of rocked my socks off a little bit already. Thank you so much for making time to come to this talk. We are super excited to share this with you today. I'm Tara, and I'm proud to say that I am a UX research and user experience advocate. Working as the UX research lead on Quest, I've worked on onboarding, navigation and control, social tools, and maintaining a positive, overarching holistic experience.
Hi, I'm Ayfer. I bring user voices to products of the future. Working at Facebook as a UX researcher gives me the opportunity to ensure we are building products and experiences that everyone can enjoy and benefit from. As women researchers, we have been advocates of learning more about women's experiences and preferences in VR. We work hard to create the world of VR in a more diverse and inclusive way for everyone.
At Facebook, diversity and inclusion are foundational in how we design immersive virtual experiences. It is also vital to be intentional, not just about what we build, but how we build it. We are committed to ethical design practices and responsible innovation in tech. In this talk today, we will be sharing perspectives and research from women in virtual reality.
Well, it will not come as a surprise to any of you that according to a research done by Statista, there are more men than women who own VR products today. Our research team has been focused on this imbalance by going and meeting with female VR users and gamers to understand their unique experiences and challenges.
Today, we're excited to share insights and research that informed our latest headset, Oculus Quest. Let's hear it again for Quest. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We will then pivot into our ongoing and foundational research that are focused on social interactions in VR. We hope that these insights we will share will help you to develop and design inclusive, user-friendly, and successful VR applications.
In the years leading up to Quest, we designed a Quest research program where we could ensure that Quest virtual reality was a headset made for a wider range of people. One of the ways we did this was to intentionally include women in the program so we could accurately represent their preferences. Last year, I spoke at this venue about tactics for doing user experience research in virtual reality, and I'm excited to share with you now some of the outcomes from my own personal research. In this program, we were deliberate in including female and male gamers and non-gamers in all of our studies. We also increased the diversity by including various age groups and tech skill levels. I'm going to walk you through 4 facets of that research program and show you how women uniquely influence the design of the product that you've experienced currently. Ready? Okay, good. It's going to be so good. First, we started with an out-of-box experience testing. Is anyone else here addicted to the YouTube unboxing videos? Yes, great. So you should have come with me. Hundreds and hundreds of times have I watched people unbox an Oculus Quest. And with this, we learned all sorts of facets of what it's like to unpack the box, to start calibrating controllers, do account setup, and then go into the headset to play games. We wanted to ensure from that first moment you opened the box and had an experience that it felt made for you, whoever you were. Specifically, in testing early versions of the app, headset, and box experience, we noted that there were a lot of difficulties and challenges, both with calibrating controllers, understanding power states, achieving proper headset fit and comfort, as well as focus. And we wanted to address this. So we made a number of changes to the visuals that show how to use focus and achieve better clarity. some of these images you haven't even seen yet. These are sneak peeks. I didn't even say I was going to do that, but I just did that. These are sneak peeks. These are coming out soon. We show controllers with hand positioning and button mapping in more detail. We made this both more visual, more human, and we took more amount of time and detail to explain it, so that when people have unboxed the headset, they're more ready to experience your apps and experiences with a better skill set. We also made changes to how we explain comfort and fit, including more visuals with the head strap being on the back, the lower back of the head, so that if you have better comfort, you can spend more time in the headset. And so including women in this part of our work ensured that we had a larger variety of hand sizes, head sizes, hairstyles, and ergonomics in general. Hairstyles are important. Overall, from testing afterwards, we saw focus improved, the visual clarity, reports of visual clarity improved, and their overall skill level increased much more quickly upon first use of the headset. We had made Quest genuinely a pick up and play device. What is virtual reality if not a fully immersive environment? It's one of the most valuable aspects of the headset as rated by participants from research for a number of years that we've done. Keeping this in mind, we wanted to ensure that your first moment in your Quest home was something you felt comfortable in. That home space when you enter the headset is where you find your way in virtual reality. It's where you start adventures, hang out with friends, decide what you're going to play. To ensure that this space was good for everyone, we wanted to test a number of options. First, we started with something outdoorsy. We had a number of outdoor images like this. And some people really liked this. They liked being outside. They liked the sort of adventurous, playful feel of something like this. But others felt it was a little too bit outdoorsy, too airy. They didn't like that open space. They weren't really sure if virtual reality was made for this. But it didn't much matter the gender or the diversity we had at that point. It was kind of a personal preference. You know, do you like camping? Does anybody like camping? Do you want to camp? Yeah, okay, good. So you might like this, right? If you're like, camping's for camping, virtual reality's for tech. It's personal preference. It didn't seem to correlate. However, when we immersed them in something that looked more like this image, which is a science fiction living room, and it's messy. There's a little bit of takeout containers all over the place. We heard very diverse opinions. Women felt this was a little bit scary, felt unsafe and made for men. Men, however, thought this felt really adventurous and exciting, and they couldn't wait to be like a spy in space and do whatever's going on in this crazy, messy room. But it really underlined for us that there's a very personal storyline that goes with images, and we wanted to ensure we had one that felt good for everyone. So we have shipped Quest with the dome space, which I'm sure you've experienced. And this we like as our home environment because it is something that's welcoming for everyone. Research participants reported that it feels cozy, comfortable, ready for adventure, a little bit exciting. Like, what's going on in those little tents outside the window, right? I don't know. Could be cool. Could be exciting. There's a lot of intrigue here, and it was intrigue across the board. And we felt this was reported to us to be welcoming for everyone. Interactions. Whoop. Does everybody know Monty? He's so great. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. So interactions are also really personal, right? How you move, maybe you like this little dance, maybe you'd rather I'm doing this one, I don't know. But you can do the Monty shuffle. So interactions really frame how we see the world, how we move with people and gestures. So we were doing early testing of first steps. And Monty didn't always look like this or move like this. He did have different movements. We did early testing. Again, diversity across men, women, gamers, non-gamers, age levels. And women reported that Monty was a little bit scary. He was a fixed height of 5'7", and he had more robotic gestures. And so, in fact, when he came into your space, he felt a little bit like a zombie. And for many women, he was towering above them. So we made some changes, much of which you see in this little video. So Monty now has a height that comes below your headset level. And his gestures are more welcoming, like friend asking you to dance. We had unanimous reports that this experience had become delightful, engaging, interactive. Take a bow. And that many people now wanted to dance with Monty, and we're excited to engage with this. We also had heard a lot about making experiences optional. So in First Steps, which is of course the app we have, teaches you how to use the controllers with a table of toys. It also teaches you about gameplay through a range shooting interaction. And we have the dancing robot. And we've made all of this optional because we found that positioning all of our experiences as optional really empowers users. We also did early market and experiential research on content and titles. We wanted to ensure that when you were done the onboarding, you were equipped to play, ready with the skills, that there was lots of exciting stuff that you were excited to do. And women were overarchingly surprised at how much they liked playing the games. They were surprised by how fast their skills grew in VR games, which allowed them to be a complete and total badass in an epic adventure. They were surprised by how much they liked scary scenarios. They were surprised that the store had a lot of casual experiences. We heard women say, "I just never thought virtual reality could be a casual experience." And we found the content we showed was changing their previous perceptions of virtual reality overall. Excitement they had and belief that this could be a great meditation device, it could be a travel device, fitness, action, adventure, everything they might want to do when they have a moment. As one woman said, "It's a never-ending adventure. The further you go, the more you can explore." All of this research went into the final version of Quest that we shipped in May, and we have seen excellent results. With our continuing global research program, we have heard women say they're surprised about the diversity of experiences. They're truly surprised they're having so much fun in the digital games. And one of my favorite examples from a study we did in Germany, in which after doing the onboarding and playing, a woman said she thought this device was specifically made for women. Men still think it's made for them too. It's all good. Everyone likes it. But I think this kind of notice here is where you start to see flipping and changing of what we've known to be standards. Our research program includes an online community in which we check in with Quest owners on a regular basis. We're using this community to continue to build upgrades, many of which you heard announced today at the keynote. A lot of those came from feedback we hear in our Quest owner community. And we're continuing to research, design, and build with diversity in mind, an inclusive set of people, and be really intentional about how we do that. And Ifer is going to come and talk to you about how we are also doing that to build our social virtual reality experiences. It's sound.
Women who participate in our studies tend to think that VR is not for them. However, to their own surprise, they really like it, they enjoy it after they try and spend some time in VR. This tells us that we need to work harder to increase the number of women who are trying VR and who spend time in VR. We believe that it starts with who we design for. If we don't design for women, we cannot offer enjoyable experiences for them. To ensure we design for women, we worked hard to recruit women participants who are current social VR users to learn about their experiences, concerns, and expectations from VR technology makers. Including women in our research is highly critical to make sure we address their concerns and meet their expectations while designing our products here at Facebook. Because of the gender imbalance we just mentioned, it is challenging to find women participants for our studies. Therefore, we built a women-only research community that includes both VR and non-VR users so that we can learn about the current experiences of VR users as well as anything that keeps non-VR users from becoming a VR user. Now, I will talk about key insights that I learned from women in this community in 3 sections. Motivations, harassment, and expectations are the 3 sections I will go through during my talk. We identified 3 main motivators for women to start using VR and coming back to it. Women who are VR owners were more motivated by the immersive environments provided by VR than men. They were also motivated by the ability to participate in activities that they cannot do in physical spaces. Women also were motivated to socialize and make friends in VR. Women who spent time in social VR apps were attracted to the social aspect of VR, especially the ability of interacting with people and meeting with friends from all around the world, and also working on a common goal within a game. According to a recent survey published by NPR, 81% of women have reported being harassed at some point in their lives. Unfortunately, VR has not provided an escape for this heartbreaking reality. Harassment is a major challenge for women in VR, especially in social VR apps. Although this challenge may cause women to feel uncomfortable in VR, some capabilities of VR empower them to take actions against the abuser, because they have the control of the situation through those features that we offer to them. I learned in my studies that females were more concerned about their safety before jumping into social spaces than men were. In my studies that are focused on integrity, female participants reported experiencing harassment in VR more than male participants did. I found that women participants have built strategies to deal with harassment, while men were barely aware of the abuse and harassment in VR. Andrea, one of my participants, told me during one of my studies that I deal with harassment in physical life often enough. I cannot take it here in VR. While she was explaining the reason why she's using abuse prevention features often. Females were more prone to take tougher actions against abusers than male participants. They used abuse prevention and safety features more often, such as mute, block, and report. Women also limit and often adjust their profile information to avoid being followed or being found by abusers in different games and platforms. For similar reasons, women use male or gender-neutral looking avatars in social spaces so that they can hide their female identity, especially if they are new to the space. Although harassment is an ugly reality for women, they still find ways to utilize VR features to mitigate those challenges and risks they have in social spaces. Women also regularly mute themselves to hide their female identity as soon as they enter in a social VR space. They use this time of silence to observe the space and interactions of other users and assess if they are safe in the space, and then they decide if they need to change their voice settings or not. Across multiple studies, we were able to capture that women have 3 major expectations from you guys, from technology makers. Empower your users, support your communities, and design inclusively. The biggest expectation I heard from women is that the systems and platforms should take more ownership and responsibility of empowering their users by giving more control of the situation and by giving more control about how users represent their identity in VR. Instead of limiting their use of features such as muting themselves, women expect systems and platforms to take action on the abuser. Women participants would love opportunities to get together with other women who use VR or interested in VR so that they can connect, build support systems, and learn from each other. Here at Facebook, our AR/VR community building team is working on strategies and features that we can support communities while they are building those communities. And my colleague Tyler is giving a talk right after this to talk about the strategies we have community building tools. Women also expect to have more avatar options so that they can represent themselves in the way they are more comfortable with. For example, almost all women participants preferred using an avatar that at least somewhat resembles to their physical appearance once they feel safe in the space. Participants strongly preferred for their avatar to closely resemble their physical body because they believe avatars that look more authentic are more encouraging to socialize with, especially when the goal is making friends, having conversations, and socializing with other people. Women in my research community expect more options for representing their desired identities. Most participants wanted to see a wider range of body sizes and ages in avatars. Not seeing their own physical characteristics represented made some women feel judged or left out. One of the participants who are unhappy about the lack of inclusivity in avatar options told to me once that, "I like being close to myself, including when it is available body size. Age is never available. It makes me feel judged like I don't belong." The main finding that we have in common across multiple studies is that one size doesn't fit all. What I mean by this is that the features we have in VR might not be enough to meet the needs of all our users. As in the example of how voice feature can potentially become a limitation, although it's a powerful to socialize with other people and make friends, it becomes a limitation for some women because they don't want to reveal their female identity. And women have more use cases than current abuse prevention features can offer. For example, women who use social VR apps needed a feature between mute and block because they have some use cases that they think block would be too severe while mute is too light. I would like to let you know that our integrity team is working on meeting that expectation of our users based on the learnings from our studies. And Tara? Thank you.
You've seen how valuable it has been for us to include women and diversity in our UX research.
Mm-hmm. We have been learning many important insights from women that we cannot learn from men. So, what are the best practices for inclusion first?
Thanks for asking, Eifer. We have 3 best practices for you. Test diverse groups. Each user brings their own unique experience and perspective into your setting. We have learned things like women built strategies around harassment tools while men hardly even knew they were there. I've discussed things around interactions and environments in which we heard vastly different stories based on the unique perspective of each of our participants. We found women have been responding very differently in a number of situations, and this unique point of view brings richness to our research and to insights that we can use and build on for all of our future products.
And build with diversity in mind. Think about diverse needs and expectations while designing. This is really the call to action not only for UX research, but also for design and development. Features we build with one purpose can be used in different ways that we cannot think about unless we test with diverse user groups. We encourage you to check out my teammate Lindsay Young's talk from F8, where she talks about how social interactions can be positive and risky. And she's also talking about the integrity toolkit we built to mitigate those risks. And consider how someone could be safe and comfortable in the experiences and products you build. Look for answers for the questions such as, how can everyone enjoy the product I'm building today? And learn continuously. Refresh your knowledge about the principles of diversity in your design and development process. explore different perspectives and life practices of people. And we recommend reading the book called Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Press. She also has an insightful talk if you need something to listen, some insightful podcast to listen during your commute. She talks about the examples of design and development that failed because they didn't include different user groups such as women.
We hope you found these insights helpful and actionable, and our teams will continue to research, understand, design, and build with women and other audiences in mind. And I encourage you to think about what the future of virtual reality might be if we did this. I can imagine a space that feels welcoming for everyone, where we're exploring crazy new worlds or just regular worlds like a cleaned up science fiction living room without the takeout boxes. Maybe my own home a little cleaner, nothing too fancy. But that the whole virtual reality world would have something that feels welcoming and approachable and easy for everyone.
We have been talking about future during the keynote, and we are working on the products of future. We are very excited about where we go with this immersive technology. And we would like to conclude with the message, build for all while you are designing your exciting games and applications. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.